Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Isaac, and in this video I am going to be talking about real estate investment opportunities here in Nigeria. For this, I am on my way to meet with Biodun Oshikoya, also known as Realtor BD. He has several years of experience as a realtor and real estate developer here in the city of Lagos, Nigeria. I hope you enjoy it. Hi guys, you're welcome. So I'm here with Realtor BD. He's my friend and a realtor and real estate developer here in the city of Lagos, Nigeria, and he's going to be sharing with us real estate investment ideas, especially for the beginning of the year. I know a lot of people, are wondering what are investment ideas that they could invest in. So I'm here with him. How many ideas do you want to share with us?
Well, the real estate industry is very large, and there are different aspects of it that people can invest in.
Okay.
So it depends on the client's interest, the investor's interest. It depends on how much capital, how much risk they are able to bear.
Okay.
Before they look at what they want to dabble into. But for today, I'll be sharing about five
Wow,
different forms of real estate
awesome.
Investments. Yeah.
That is awesome. So guys, it's like a master class, and Realtor BD is going to take us through it. Yeah. So what's the first one you have on your list?
Well, the first one is the old traditional way of real estate investment that people do. That's people buy houses.
Okay.
They leave it over a period of time and then they sell back. So some buy old houses, they renovate. They buy old houses below market value. Very good prices.
How do you get those ones below market value?
So the thing is, you're understanding the market. You need to understand the market. You need to work with most likely local realtors around you. Put your ears to the ground, the particular area that you want. It might take a while, but of course you always get houses that are old, distress sales, and then you renovate and then we sell back. And I mean, that's a very good form, and it's an old way of real estate investment. It's flipping. You buy, flip, so.
But how long do you think one can hold it? Can you buy and sell in like 6 months to get a profit?
Yes, so it depends. You might want to time the market, so you want to renovate, you want to keep it for a year. A year might be too much, but because for people who are flipping, they are businessmen, so some don't want to make too much profit. You don't want to, so you just say, okay, let me just, so far I've broken even, this is what I put in, and then this is what I spent on renovation. So it might be 6 months, it might be immediately the property is ready. So it depends on how long it takes for the the whole thing. But it's just buy, flip, and that's it. So that's one way. But of course,
so
it
that
requires some capital.
Flipping, house buying, like flipping, right?
Yes, it requires some capital. So it depends on that's that. And then that's that for that. I mean, I could go ahead.
On the average, how much is like that kind of house cost? How much does it cost?
So it depends, average, as I said. This is Lagos, for example. If you want to buy an old house in Abule-Egba, you cannot compare to how much you buy an old house in Bagada or an old house here in Lekki.
But can you give me an idea, like how much?
For example, in Abule-Egba, you might see a story building block of 4 flats, maybe Abule-Egba, Ikotun, Egbeda, and all these places, maybe 30 million naira.
That is current value, right?
Yes, 30 million naira. And you want to quickly renovate.
Lekki and go.
So Lekki block of flats are not very common in Lekki. You probably want to buy a flat and then renovate and sell, or a duplex or a maisonette or a terrace. Yes, but block of flats are not very common. But you are looking at maybe an old duplex around here, maybe 140, 150.
Woo!
Yes, it could be higher than that, and then you are buying, you are renovating. But for this particular area, people want new properties. Yes, renovated would fly.
So what's the profit margin like how many percent?
So it depends. You cannot, but if you buy a place, you flip. Some people 10-20 M, they are good. Some people want to cash more. Some people want to, but within 10-20 M, it's just fine.
So number one is flipping.
Flipping, and this is very common. It's old. It requires a lot of capital, but it's capital intensive. But
the profit is there.
Yeah, the profit is there. The market is there. It's real estate. Everybody needs a home to live. And then this is Lagos.
It always sell.
It will always sell.
Nice. So what's the second one? Second investment idea. Yeah,
second investment idea. For me, right now. Let me talk about the rental part too. So some people buy, flip. Some other people buy, and they want to earn passive income for the rest of their lives. For example, most of us in Lagos, I'm a Lagos boy, I'm a Lagosian. We inherited we inherited homes in Lagos.
Yeah.
You know, houses where our grandfathers built 30, 40 years ago. You know, and so besides the rental income that you'll be earning from this kind of investment, people are buying properties and they are renting them out.
Oh,
yes. The capital growth also, the property is increasing in value over time. You buy a place, say, for 100 million naira now. You buy a place, say, for 100 million naira now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Exactly.
In another 3, 4, 5 years, the same place will probably be selling for 170, 150.
Yeah.
Can be even double the price. You know, and I mean, the examples, it happens everywhere. So on this kind of investment, you are earning rent already.
Okay.
And the rent is not even static. There are chances that you will increase rent over the years too.
Yeah, but if you buy a house this expensive, like you mentioned, I think 130M for a place
I just mentioned, yes,
averagely, how long do you think it can take for someone to break even?
Okay,
if you go through the route of renting.
So if you go through the route of renting, I don't know if I should let me use this place for example where we are in right now.
Okay.
Yes, the market value is 110, 120 million naira.
Okay.
Yes, and it is going for 6.5 per annum. Okay. 6.5 service charge of 1.5.
All right.
Yeah, so that's like an 8M, you know, but let's look at the basic rent, 6.5. Normally, another 2 to 3 years, I should expect an increment. If they are nice enough, they don't want to increase. Now, as we speak now, the 110, 120 I mentioned was when this place was finished. Right now, the value of this place is 150 already.
Oh, wow.
So, you would have made some 30, 40 million naira between the time of building and now, which is less than 4 months.
4 months?
Yes, which is less than 4 months. You know, because a lot of people who bought into this place a lot of people who bought into this place bought at off-plan prices.
Yeah.
So even the 110, 120, they didn't drop the 110, 120 at a go. They paid instrumental, you know, and then so they had flexibility.
Is there any
in terms
agency
of
or body in Nigeria that regulates, you know, the prices of real estate?
So that's the thing. There are no regulatory bodies, but currently Lagos State is trying to regulate. They have a body, you know, to regulate
how much
real estate and all of that. But it is difficult. You cannot regulate what you are not funding. There are no. I mean, it's difficult to get a loan. People are self-funding. Developers are looking for different ways to fund projects and all of that. And you know, so they are either, and banks are not borrowing.
Yeah.
So they are either, you know, it is what we call OPM, other people's money. They are building with other people's money.
Yeah.
And that's where the off-plan thing comes into play. You know, so it is investors that are buying and then they are building. They are getting money from clients. Because to build a house is not cheap,
true.
You know, and over time, if you are building a place for 1 year, cost of cement will rise in between. It's not going to be static. Cost of cement will rise, cost of sand, cost of granite, you know, over time, white cement and all of these things for POP.
I can imagine how expensive these things are right now.
Very expensive. So it's not cheap. The development is not cheap. So
all right. Yeah. So first one is flipping. Second one is
buy a
buying
place for rent and then
it out.
You know, earn passive income. Some people just want to buy a place, rent, and then they just want to earn passive income for the rest of their lives and then pass it on to generations.
Awesome.
Value keeps increasing and all of that, you know.
So what's the third one on your list?
Third one on my list is shortlets. Now, a lot of people have houses, you know, just some assets on the rock somewhere, and they are not using. So besides, they're not using it for anything. Yes, and shortlet is one way where the cash flow for business, real estate generally is cash flow and ROI.
Are there usually people who are interested in shortlets?
Oh yes, because this is Lagos. A lot of people travel. A lot of people want to go for vacation, for honeymoon. Businessmen are coming into Lagos. They need places to stay. You know, people go on vacation too. They want, you know, time away from home.
But how do you market your shortlets? Like maybe through sites like Airbnb?
Yeah, there's the Airbnb side. There's the local market also. Yes, there's the local. Yes, there's the local market also. Instagram is a very good place for people to run ads. There are WhatsApp groups where shortlets realtors are managers and owners. You know, so we all market to ourselves. I'm in one of them too because I manage and I own one. You know, so we market there.
Where we are currently is like your shortlets.
Yes, currently yes, it's my shortlets.
How old is this place?
It is barely a week. Yeah,
Oh, barely a week. Have you had any clients?
Yeah, so we launched on the 31st of December 2022.
Okay.
And we got clients that same day.
Whoa, that same day when you launched.
Yeah. So we had a 5-day stay after, and they just checked out. So I've been getting requests, party requests, and all of them. But because it's luxury, I do not want to just take parties because I know that they will damage. So you need to understand the market.
So how many of these do you have, like shortlets?
At the moment, I have 3, 2 that I manage, and then these that I co-own.
Oh,
yes. So and then before the end of the year, we are looking at expanding, because the shortlet market is a very thriving market right now in Lagos. People travel. People want, besides even people traveling, people want to, come and enjoy, and they want home away from home, the feel and all of that, so a lot of people. So, and then for shortlets, you don't need to own a home. This place is rented.
Oh, this place is rented?
Yes, it's rented. So you don't even need to own a home to be able to do shortlets. You can rent a place, furnish it,
but the landlord need to know that's what you're going
exactly.
To be
Yes, so when I was out looking for this place, I let them know from the onset that it is for shortlet purposes. In short, now developers build houses for shortlet purpose. Shortlet purposes only. You see houses and you see block of flats that at least 50-70% of them are shortlets, are for shortlets. So they are shortlet worthy apartments. I use the word shortlet worthy. It's not every apartment that is shortlet worthy. So shortlet is a very fine way. People make money. It's even better than normal rents. Imagine here 6.5 M per month.
Yeah.
If you are doing shortlets, worst case scenario, if you are doing 50% occupancy, and you will do 50% occupancy, because the most important thing is location. For example, I didn't want to go past Lekki 1. Then I was
where we are now is Lekki 1, right?
Yes, Lekki 1. I didn't want to go past Lekki 1. I saw options in a Cathay, swimming pool, and all of that. Some nice places. I'm like, Lekki 1. You could VI Lekki 1.
How much is this place per night?
Per night, it varies, but between 130 to 150k.
Okay.
Peak and off-peak periods. So you are looking at. So if you are looking at 50% occupancy, and you're looking at 130k. Let me bring my calculator. And you're looking at 130k, 50% occupancy. Of course, you pay. I'll pay my housekeeper. I'll buy light, I'll buy power. Yes, I have someone who's here. So if I'm looking at 130,000 per night, and I'm looking at 50, normally shortlets in Lekki 1, you will get 20 to 23 days booking in a month.
Oh wow.
Yes, but I always tell my investors, worst case scenario. So in the worst case scenario, say we are doing 50% occupancy. 50% occupancy is 182 days.
Okay.
And then so if I'm multiplying 30,000 by 182 days, that's 23.6 million already.
Did you spend up to that for setting this place up?
Yes, I did. Yeah, so they wanted 2 years rent here, but of course we did a 1 year first, and then and posited check for the second year. For the second year to pay in February. Yes, and the idea is in between January and February we would have made some money, not up to the rental, but we will top it. Yes, so it should be able to also fund itself.
Oh wow.
Yes, so and this is at 50% occupancy.
So this is 23.6
at 50% occupancy. Yes, 23.6. And if we are looking at 20 days booking in a month, say I put 20 days booking in a month times 12 months, that's 240 days. 240 days, and I multiply by 130,000. That's 31.2 million.
Whoa.
Yes, of course there are services.
That's good. That's good business.
So there's the 1.5 service
so that means
charge.
You can make the money that you used to set in this place.
So you will break even in 1 year.
Comfortably,
you will break even in 1 year. Yes, of course there are services. You're paying housekeeper. You are buying materials. Of course you are changing duvet bedsheets from time to time. The laundry stuff you are buying.
The overhead expenses.
Yes, overhead expenses. Yes, and of course power. Power is another thing. No way you won't spend between 15 to 20k per day on power.
But is this place serviced?
It's serviced, yes. But the fact that it's servicing is just the power, the generator. Sorry, yes. But you are buying your PHCN NEPA light yourself. Yes. So you still spend another 15, 20k per day.
I don't know. Is this true that PHCN units are more expensive on the island than the mainland?
Yes. So even on the mainland, there are places. It's band A, band B. Okay. I have some of the properties I manage here in Lekki. I have a place that is 120 naira per kilowatt. I have a place that is 145 naira. I be 140, 145 per kilowatt. Yes, so
Wow,
yeah.
I never knew
But
that
people
there's this
don't
much
mind.
money.
Yes, because you are buying 15, 20k power per day.
Yeah.
So if you do your plus or minus, you will still be making money even if you remove 20k power per day and you remove whatever you're paying your housekeeper.
Wow.
Housekeepers don't get, but of course I tip my housekeepers and all of that. So
Wow,
shortlet is one, and you know the
I never
beautiful
knew
thing
that
is
shortlet had so much money.
it does. It is. Most people don't know, but the people who know own shortlets. Before the end of the year, hopefully we should be doing about 6, 7. The goal is 10, but I said no. Let's be realistic, So, but
wow, nice.
So it's a cash flow for me. You know that money is coming in for you almost every day.
Wow.
Wow. So imagine getting a 20 days booking in a month. It's not a bad investment.
Is this apartment on Airbnb too?
Not yet. I haven't taken professional pictures yet.
Okay,
the guys just checked out 2 days ago. And then I still have 1 or 2 things to put in there, and then I'll put it on Airbnb. But besides Airbnb, the local market itself is thriving. Local realtors are pushing, and they're pushing, and it's like a cabal.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah, so shortlets is another form. So my advice to clients:
invest in shortlets.
You don't want to. You don't even need to buy a home to do shortlets. You can rent. I know people who have 8, 10 properties and they are all rented.
Wow.
So you are managing your risk. You don't want to put. So instead of putting 150 million naira to buy a place and you will still furnish, buy 150 million naira. You will do 5 shortlets comfortably.
Whoa.
Yes, if not even more. You can mix them with 4 beds, 3 beds, 2 beds, 1 bed. Studio apartments. There are a lot of shortlet investors.
So we have number 1, buying to flip it to sell.
Yes.
So we have number 2. We talked about buying
the
to
rent out. Yes, and they were talking about
number 3, shortlets.
Yes.
So man, these ideas have been so hot. So I can't imagine what 4 and 5 will be. So what do you have for number 5?
Well, for number 4.
Oh, number 4.
Yes,
yeah,
for number 4. It is land banking. Yes, that's buying land. So now land banking can be very tricky.
Okay.
Yes. For real estate, generally it is location. When we're setting up this shortlet, it was about location for us. You can be. Well, I was talking about shortlet.
Land banking.
Yes, land banking is you are buying land.
Okay.
Holding it for a period of time and then selling back.
Okay. That's like flipping land.
Yes, that's like flipping land. Yes, So, but most importantly, you want to buy in an area that is resellable. You can buy a land somewhere and not get it sold in months because it's not a sellable area.
Okay.
So location is important. You want to buy in an area that is growing. I always advise clients, buy in an area that is growing. Now people will tell you, oh no, come and buy here, come and buy. You have to look at a lot of factors. What are the infrastructures, around there. Yes, are there schools around there? Is there an airport around there? Is there this around there and all of that? And that's why a lot of people are rushing to Ibeju. Because of the yes, but
I think there's an airport coming at Ibeju,
yes,
right?
There's an airport. There's a proposed
and that's also where Dangote Refinery is.
Yes, and the thing is for land banking, really I know friends who have bought places in Ibeju 5, 7 years, and there's practically nothing happening. Right now. Of course, they will make their money. It might not be now, but sure. There are also places that you can quickly buy, and then you can quickly flip back. So besides location, another important factor.
When you say quickly, what are you looking at? What duration is quickly to you?
Some places you buy them in 8 to 10 months, 8, 10, 12 months. You're already making a 70-80% return on investment.
Wow.
It may be even 100 for some, but at least 50% return on investments for some of these properties.
It's the way real estate just appreciates in this part of the world.
So besides location, also the developer that you are buying from also matters. Some people would buy a place. I mean, of course, I'm not talking about buying places from Omonile and all of that. There are real estate companies who sell. You just need to do your due diligence and make sure that you're buying from a developer that has a track record. Okay. There are developers that have track records. Funding is not a problem for them. Some other developers is your money that they used to do, and it might be a bit difficult. But developers are not people who just put gate houses and all of that. No, but developers that they are putting in infrastructure on ground. It is the infrastructure that drives the market price of the property. So if you are buying a place and you want to quickly flip, it is how fast the estate is growing. An estate can be selling for 10 million naira here, and the one beside it is selling for 6 million naira. It is what would be on ground. What are the infrastructures? Have they started doing road? Have they started doing drainage? What is the developer putting in place? The infrastructure that will be put in place there. So those are the factors that would affect the price. So in land banking, you don't want to just, a client called me a couple of days ago. He's in the UK.
Okay.
And he said, Biodun, somebody wants to sell land for me somewhere in Ekpe, 4 million naira. Should I buy? And I'm like, I'm not saying you shouldn't buy it, but what developer? You can buy a place in Ekpe and it will be there and nothing will happen in the next 80 years. And you can buy a place in Ekpe and then a lot will happen there in the next 1 or 2 years. So it depends on the developer, that you are buying from, and then the location also.
Where will be developed.
Yes, so there are places that are really
when the developer
deep inside.
has like integrity.
Yes.
When they say that they are going
and
to
then
do
people will
this
tell you,
and
come and do something in Ibeju. Ibeju is big. You come and do something, and then you are going deep far inside. And then always they come and do a I have an uncle that tells me, Biodun, if I'm buying anything, it should not be more than 2 kilometers from the express. So if you're buying anything, because when everything is coming into play, it's not far from the express, but you are not buying something that is 30 minutes drive from the main road. I mean, it will take a while for. So it's not about buying in Ekpe or buying in Ibeju. Where are you buying there? What developer are you buying from? So it's a very important factor. Yes, what's their track record?
Awesome.
So they are important factors.
Wow. So what do you have for number 5?
Number 5 is not very common on the island. We are talking about Lagos here, and I don't know if they are developers in other parts of Nigeria do it, but on the mainland is very common. I know about 1 or 2 on the island here too.
Okay.
So now everything is capital. How much? We have been talking about millions of naira, 150 million and all of that. And there are people that, young people like me, young upwardly mobile people, what they have is 3 million naira here, 5 million here, 7 million here. They want to do something and they don't want to buy. There's what we call the long leases, very common on the mainland, central mainland. So the beautiful thing about long leases is that they are in locations that are selling already, sellable. That there are places that they build while construction is ongoing. People are already going there that they want to pay and they want to rent it. Places that they are just blocks and they are just still doing plastering
people
and all of this. People are already paying. Yes. So this is a game of location. For real estate, people are already paying to rent. So long leases are common in Yaba, Akoka. They're already getting to Bagada right now. It's in Surulere. You'll find them in Bariga, and all of these places. Ogudu too. Central locations on the mainland, because the thing that attracts is proximity to the island.
Okay.
And proximity to Ikeja itself. But a lot of people island Ikeja, you won't find long leases maybe in Ikorodu and all of those places where better. But where the market is the central mainland, and then there are people, young people, students also who want to live the good life and they don't want to stay in the hostel. So there are room self-contained studio apartments, could be 3 million naira, 3.5.
Long leases like how many years? So it depends. It could be 15 years, it could be 20 years, it could be 18 years. So let me tell you how it works. Long leases, a developer signs with a particular family, all of these old bungalows and all of that and structures, they demolish it, and the developer starts to build. They have a plan with the family. They give the family some parts of the flats. And then there's what we call premium. Some families collect premium, some don't. So they give them some money also. So families might not get anything at all. Like they just want money. They don't want any part of the flats. Just give them, and they use it for a period of time. The developers use it for like 20 years. It will be so out of 20 years, the developer will sell like 17 or 18, and the remaining 1 year they will use it to renovate back before they hand it back to the family. Wow.
Yes, so that's how it works. So when the developer is doing that
period, they'll be renting them out.
Yes, they'll be renting them out. So during that period, so the developer themselves, they are building 20 units or 30 units of mini flats and room self-contained. Most of them don't even have the financial capacity to finish it, so they sell. So it's either they are selling at finished or they are selling while construction is ongoing. So for young people, you want to take advantage of that. Rental value for a studio.
When you say sell, you are saying rent.
Lease. Long lease, yes. They long lease it for, I use the word sell because for a long period of time, 15 years. So long lease it, lease it for a period of time. And the beautiful thing is, you are renting a studio apartment in these areas for 500, 600k per annum. That's the current rental value of standard studio apartments in these central locations that I mentioned. 500, 600k per annum, regular ones, and you're buying for 3 million or 2.5 million for 15 years. So what you are,
and then, so that means you could break even
in 4 years, 4.5 years.
Then the rest of the years, the money goes to your pocket.
Yes, and then there's also capital growth, because your rent in 1 or 2 years, you are not going to be renting at 500, 600 for the whole 15 years. Your rental value will always increase. Of course, there's a problem. Sometimes some of these developers don't build well. Property might be depreciating and all of that. That's where you want the developer you are buying from must be someone that, yes, you know, he builds really well. The
Yeah.
realtor that is showing you must be someone that will tell you, okay, this. There'll be options for you. You will see options yourself too before you buy. And if you are buying off plan, you know, 3 million naira, you're not even dropping in at once. You're probably dropping 1 million.
So most of these long leases you're talking about, do you always have to bring down the old structure and erect something else?
Some of them they renovate structures that are still fine. Of course, you have to do tests, integrity test structures and all of that, yes. But for most of them, they build them from the scratch, you know. And there are developers that just build anyhow. There are developers that they build standard. You know, it might be more expensive than if the regular ones are doing 2.5, theirs might be 3.5, but you know you are getting quality. It might be about the same rental value, but you know that you have rest of mind. I mean, so that's what it is. So if you're even buying at 3 million, you also, so for the off-plan ones, you're not even paying all your 3 million at once. I've had the clients buy a place at that time 2 years ago. We bought it for 1.8 million naira, and our initial deposit was, I think, 500 or 600k initial deposit, and she spread payment for the construction duration. It was about 8 months or so for the construction duration. Our first year rent was 500. She has earned her second year
How
rent
much
now.
did you say she bought it again?
1.8 at that time.
1.8 and
Yes.
the first
Now,
rent. The
back
first
then,
year rent is 500.
500. Yeah, back then they were 1 million naira studio apartments, but now things have gone up, so they are 2.5, 3 million naira. She has earned her second year rent now. Some investors even do it this way. After they pay, maybe they buy a place for 2.5, 3 million, it could be 3.5. They want 2 years rent. I mean, I don't encourage 2 years rent because, hey, I mean, the economy and all of that, pay 1 year. But some investors are,
and there are people willing to pay.
If you search for a house for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months in this Lagos, if you see a place that you see and you like, you just pay.
2 years.
And then most of them too, like, okay, if I pay 2 years, when people who have it, they know that they are not paying rent for the next year. But most of these people who are renting them are young people who probably just finished school and they are working in maybe one of these big fours or working in one company or the other, you know. So it's not like, and these people, their parents have houses in Lagos, maybe they have houses in Ikorodu or Abulegba or Songo, and they cannot be coming to the island from Songo or Abulegba. So they will have to rent places that are central, you know. And then, so for most of these young people, I also advise them, instead of paying a place for 500, you can also, you know, buy some of these things over time, you know. And then when you are living, you stay 2 years, everybody goes, everybody, all of them go, we all go. People will in self-con. Most of my clients I have given these places to self-cons.
We need to talk about this after this video.
Yes, in 2 years, 3 years, they move to mini flats, they are jackpine or they are marrying, you know. So the market is there, and you know, the beautiful thing is some people even rent these places. I've sold some of these long leases to clients, and what they use it for is short let. So you know that you're not even paying any rent for the next 15 years. You are furnishing this place is just for the 15, 16, 17, 20 years. There are 25 years too, and they just furnish it and use it for short let. And you know how much they will be making? Because you are not paying rent alone again. There are mini flats for 7 million, 5 million, 6 million. There are even 2 bedrooms. 13 million, 10 million, 15 million, depending on the location.
Wow.
You know, and
13 million, how many years?
I did one around Saboyaba for 18 years, 18 and we bought it at 13 million naira. The rental value when we were buying was 1.4, 1.5. So if you about my client, that particular client used it for short let. You know, it's a 2-bed in Yaba. So if you're buying at 13 million naira and you're putting up a rent at 1.4, 1.5, you know, and the way you do it, some of these investors will still collect part of the agency legal. They will give lawyer one money somewhere. I mean, that's how it's done.
But that's another crazy thing about Lagos.
You know, yes,
you're renting a house for 1 million, and so the total package is like 1.4 or 1.5.
Yes,
you know?
I mean, it's sad, but it's a common,
yes,
because it's a very competitive market. So because it is Lagos, and people want to live in places irrespective of their tribe, their religion, their social status. And home ownership is aspirational. People want to own homes. You know, you're hearing about about long leases now. You're already looking at it. The fact that, I'm living somewhere, but I have a tenant somewhere, and then the choice of I want to pick my tenant. You're looking at profile, and you're looking at, okay, this is the person I want in my apartment. I don't want this kind of person because this person doesn't have this job or that job. You know, so it's so there are a lot of investment. It depends on how much you are willing to invest in. So that's all I have for you for now. Over time, I'm sure we'll be talking about other things related to real estate.
I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about, you know, ideas, you know, and opportunities that exist in the real estate market.
There are a lot of them,
and I'm sure that everyone too have gotten one or two. One or two. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. It was good to have you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Alright, so here you have it, 5 amazing real estate investment opportunities here in Nigeria. If real estate investment is something you have been interested in and you have the capital, I think you should go for it. Thank you for watching, and as always, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Goodbye for now.